YouTube is tubing.
This is good. Tubular.
Awesome.
So we are live. Thank you, Proctor. Welcome, everyone, to the Foolish Tech Show. It is a Wednesday morning?
Tuesday.
Wednesday? Tuesday. We're getting there.
Still,
I've
been a day ahead all week, too. Trying to rush this week.
With the whole time zone things, it's really throwing me off. We just crossed into the mountain time zone yesterday, so.
I think we've been so busy, it feels like it should be Wednesday by now.
I'm an hour early, but still 2 hours behind somehow. Doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, so we're in just outside of Salt Lake City right now. I had to drive all day yesterday because Johnny is super sick with cough and flu-like symptoms. So
yuck. Hope she feels better.
That's fun. Yeah, me too. Considering we got a lot more driving to do.
Yeah, that sucks.
Like 2/5 of the way, maybe. We still got four more states to cross. 5 more. A lot more is all I know. So. Yeah, the last night of camping was super cold, and I think we both got sick. But I got over it pretty much that night and the night after. It's just like slammed into hard. So that sounded terrible. But we'll just praise that. Morning, RTM Tech. How's it going? And how's everyone else doing this morning? Michael, you've been unreasonably quiet.
Oh, I've been fine. It's just been a bit busy for just 10 a.m. on a Tuesday. But everything's well, though, otherwise, for the most part. No complaints.
Hold on a second. Here.
What did Apple do? Did they barf up a lot of new OSs while I wasn't looking?
I think they announced iOS 10.
Ooh. So what is the new phone features?
I haven't looked at the feature set yet.
iOS 10, watchOS 3, and tvOS. I guess 1. I don't know. So much faster. watchOS has much faster app performance apparently under watchOS.
But that's up to version 3 already?
Yeah, I missed version 2, I thought.
Google just barely started rolling out version 2 of Android Wear. I don't even know if they have started rolling that out, actually. I know they announced it at their keynote. But...
Apple normally comes out with a new OS with every major hardware release. So
there's an iOS 10 link.
To the phone or not?
Yeah, is it for that new crappy half phone that they released, or?
I'm not sure. You see,
I mean, you know, it's. I'm assuming all iOS 9 devices are going to be upgradable to 10, though, right? I mean,
yeah, that's how iOS works.
Yeah.
RTM Tech says he heard Lenovo had a watch. I didn't know that.
Is
that a joke? Lenovo? Is that like a joke that Lenovo is going to have malware installed on their Android watch?
Magic View smartwatch concept. Yeah, this was first covered about a year ago.
I don't know if I would trust a Lenovo watch. So if you weren't joking, then still.
Oh, here's something even interesting. This isn't exactly a watch per se, but check it for this. This was posted or updated just a few days ago, I think, or something.
Oh, Samsung is supposed to have bendable phones by next year. Like an actual release of a phone that you fold in half.
Yeah, did you follow that link? See the video on that link? Yeah, that's what they're talking about there. It's like a cell phone that you wrap around your wrist.
No. This is like a cell phone that is the size of a cell phone, but then you unfold it and you have a screen that's twice the size of what your cell phone was.
No, that's
I
not.
have a link to that. Let me see if I can find it again.
That is the holy grail, and here at Lenovo Tech World, we've actually got a full-on.
Can't. That's not working.
Yeah, I think they were talking that they might actually have them released next year. That's awesome.
I think this is the website to the Lenovo smartwatch group. But I can't seem to get it to load. But anyway.
That's not a good sign for their stuff.
Maybe it's getting that much attention, or maybe they're shutting it down.
Oh, stop yelling at me.
Very interesting was to be able to bend and fold, put it into your pocket, maybe a little bit smaller in your handbag or in your jacket pocket. And they're doing this probably because they can. They developed their technology, they invest a lot of money, and they're working on.
All right, well, sorry, that link has a video that auto plays, and apparently you can't pause or stop or mute.
Oh,
Play.
I was afraid it was me. I just closed a bunch of tabs.
No, it was that link. My bad. I did not realize it until I'd already posted it. But yeah, so it'll go from a 4-inch phone screen to an 8-inch screen just by unfolding it. So that's like better than the Razor. There hasn't been a phone that's been better than the Razor.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Sorry, I'm late.
Morning.
Welcome to the Foolish Tech
that-
Show.
Is that the sunrise or the sunset behind you?
Rise. I would never. I barely see sunsets. I was up. Yeah, I was up at like 4, and then I was like, well, I think I need a little nap again. Just wasn't quite enough, today because I went to sleep late. So, I think I went to sleep at midnight actually. So yeah, here I am again. So overslept my nap. Sorry. But good morning, everyone.
Right. I think that's still an app. So yeah, we've just been talking about bendable screens.
Yeah, I mean, I got up in the morning, I worked, took a nap. It was a nap. Okay. All right. Any other good topics?
Hey, so I did see this.
I rebooted my computer. I never got any Hangouts beep or nothing. I was just like, dang it. Everything's closed. I don't see what you're posting. I'm trying, getting there.
Oh, well, I may want to wait for you then on this one. But I do have a downside. It's not a holodeck yet. So.
How dare you?
Apparently, Ubisoft is coming out with the first Star Trek VR game. So you can be on the bridge in first person.
Now, can you go on the holodeck in the VR game?
I do not know how far they're going to take it. If they do not do that, I would be pretty sad. That would be...
It'd be such a limited experience, you know.
Yeah. Like, you'd have to hire people to stand around you and like hit you or move around with you. RTM Tech says he got an under construction page last night. I know we were changing.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I hope that didn't bother you, and I didn't really tell everyone that I was doing that either. But we got this PayPal thing, and it was like you need a thing, and I was like, well, we don't even do that. But then the cart software did, so I was like, I updated that. Apparently, I'm not even sure it mattered the way we use it, but I did it anyway, and so
Was that the
everything.
IPN?
Yeah,
SSL?
the IPN thing.
Stuff. I looked into that and I couldn't figure out what it was talking about or where we would be using it. So.
Mm-hmm. Well, I looked into it through PayPal and I was like, but then I went to the cart software vendor, and there was a thread in the support forum about it, and they were like, "Don't worry about it, just update." I was like, "All right." So,
nice. Well, that works.
So I updated that, and then a bunch of other related stuff that we use, and then I had to go back and customize a few things that we had. But yeah, we're all good now. I hope the cart, right? Everything works.
Mm-hmm.
I said,
RTM, have you tried it?
Keep an eye on new subscriptions, by the way.
Okay.
That's the only thing I was really questioning, but
I'll try it right now.
Oh. Okay.
RTM Tech says he came across an interesting product for network consolidation. Nutanix. What is that?
And to answer Michael's other question about the site, is we've been EVSSL 256 start for a while. That was part of the big deal that we paid for in December to be extended validation. And it is 256 SSL. Because we lack the confidence of the big green bar.
It is pretty. That half of the cart looks good. I agree.
Oh, really?
New VMware getting some competition.
Uh-oh.
So is it like a virtual box or? Everything looks like it loaded fine for the cart.
Yeah, but it's the subscription of like the all the webhook things.
Somebody purchased the D72 subscription and let us know how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm aware.
What? You're gonna do it, Michael?
No, I mean I'm waiting for one to just come in naturally.
I don't know why you don't have a subscription already, Michael. You know you need it.
Yeah, you do need. You need to run D72 on your computer regularly.
I know. Badly, because it's obvious that you don't.
And did you know D72's registry editor doesn't have a 256 character limit?
I know, and neither did Windows until they updated it. Well, let's see if the end of the summer update changes that back or not.
Michael's going to be deleting registry keys at the end of the summer, it sounds like. What are your plans for the fall? Deleting 256 registry keys. Same old.
We shouldn't get back on that because I don't think we ever did change his opinion.
No, we didn't. So that Nutanix looks like it's a enterprise cloud, and it's like one of those in a box solutions. So that's interesting. and it is a VDI infrastructure solution. So VDI is what VirtualBox uses. So maybe they're using the open source of that and building on top of that. That would be sweet, as long as they don't charge a whole bunch. Michael does need a D7 lifetime membership. Yeah, so you rebooted your computer and everything still works, John? Or Nick? Sorry. I don't know why I called you a random name like John.
I rebooted. It was, I actually got the feeling the other day, and I try not to reboot, and it's like, usually I go like 6 months or so if I can help it. I mean, since I got 10, it's been pretty good like that. But I got the feeling the other day that I just needed a reboot for performance reasons, And yesterday I was like, "Grrr," and I just did it. Actually, I cleared up the performance issues, and then I rebooted anyway, just because I want to make sure.
They've come a long way from where you had to reformat an XP to fix performance issues to Windows 10, where you just have to reboot. So that's kind of nice.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't even that bad. It was bad, but it wasn't bad when I fixed it. And actually, the issue was I was running too many Windows 10 virtual machines on Windows 10, and I had, I was given like all the. They had like one had 2 gig, 4 gig, and RAM, and then I had like I had a couple with 2 gig, and then I had the maxed all the acceleration for the video and all the video RAM I can get them and everything, and everything was just running bad. I was like, all right, fine, so I'll shut down some of these and alter the settings, to. So now I have like one that like in a little resolution like this in my window, and it's got like the minimum of everything, and just what were the settings that I found out that worked with that?
I've been playing around with multiple VMs for a while now, and I do find that having less RAM virtually is equatable to having more RAM physically. Like, if you had that same machine on a physical system with half the RAM, it wouldn't run as good as it does virtually with half the RAM.
Okay, so here's what I paired. Like my dev machine gets the 4 gig and everything else, but and all the Macs and the virtuals. But I think what I'm doing with my other ones, and let me tell you why I'm running these machines. Actually, you may like this, but I'm Google Drive sync, right? I haven't bothered with trying to figure out if I can get multiples on one system, and I want to set up systems all over the house and stuff. So I have some virtual machines that their sole purpose is to fetch different Google Drive accounts and sync them to a folder on the host machine through with SyncToy. And so I've got, and I've got Windows 10 just stripped down, doing nothing, with, all the group policies and everything in place to keep it from doing everything. And it just runs Google Drive and everything disabled. And they are just literally just syncing that for me to a host machine folder. And then I can with SyncToy redirect what I want to the other drive accounts. And really the point is that the main purpose is that started this is the wife and I wanted our photos on the same. We wanted to be able to look at it, in the same place, So when she takes her photos from her camera and I take my photos from my camera, they automatically end up on the same computer, and then SyncToy will synchronize them back to the same drive account.
Very nice.
They appear in photos that way as well.
So how many different Google Drives are you syncing there? 3?
Just 3 right now.
Yeah.
But just do it. It works.
I don't know if they have an option to sync multiple drives in Google Drive or OneDrive now that I think about it, or Dropbox. Like all of those are all single user sign-ons, so you would have to go a route like that to get it. Yeah, definitely wouldn't need Windows 10 with full everything turned up and
Yeah, I've
virtual.
got.
I was going to ask you though, what did you need 128 megabytes of RAM for your video if you have that turned up in your dev box?
I just had everything up because I was setting it up. I mean, trying to use Windows to set it up the way it is just so excruciating the way it's set up now. But now that everything's minimized in the settings, it's working out well. But I have nested paging off, but I used 64-bit, so I had to have virtualization on, and take off the hardware clock. 32 meg was about the minimum I could get, so I just went with 32. It was like 28 or something weird, so I just went with 32. One monitor, blah blah blah. No video acceleration, 2D or 3D. Everything else is off, and it runs great now. Well, I mean, my system runs great. I don't care about that. So.
That is the main point. So, RTM Tech has sync toys pretty good. And Michael has posted 2 Odroid articles. But I bet it's not as cool as Mario magnets that turn your fridge into Mario Maker. Nick, I'm thinking you would like that.
That's I don't. Yay, maybe, but yeah, okay, I would, because even better than that.
Well, everyone in your house would like it, so then they would be happy, and that makes you happy. That's how these happy things work now.
Well, I know. Well, no, I was specifically thinking of Keaton, who would love. He likes playing with magnets.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well,
he arranges them to make like stories and things. So he has like a board with a crap ton of magnets, and and we go like to the cheap beat shops and get like a squid magnet or stuff like that, and he arranges them like stories. And
so he emoticon stories.
It's perfect because he plays Mario Maker too.
That's what I was thinking, was that they played a lot of Mario Maker last time I saw them. So
yeah. Thank you for that. That's going on the list right here.
And I know Jade is a big fan of Mario.
Take my money. Mario is the only constant in her life has been Mario. So.
Did y'all talk about the tattoo artist with a prosthetic arm?
No, what?
So this tattoo artist has a prosthetic arm, but he did his prosthetic arm as a tattooing machine. So he's like, I don't really need a hand. I just need to be able to tattoo again now that I lost my arm. So he basically just set it up so that his arm is a tattoo extension, so he can just directly tattoo. And he says he actually, it's better than having a real hand because it's like part of him and he feels it, all that. So I thought that was pretty cool. Never have to give up your dreams, even if you lose your right hand that you need to make.
Oh well, as long as you have enough money to get a prosthetic arm that you can make a tattoo machine on.
I mean, technically, you probably could have made all that stuff. I didn't read most of that, where it came from and how I got to it, but I just saw that it worked and it was cool.
Follow your dreams, they can come true. Beefcake.
Oh man, I don't know what happened. Oh, I talked about this yesterday. Shucks, bad luck. Oh, let's see where it's at today. But yesterday, Bitcoin broke $700.
Wow.
I thought that was pretty interesting. It's back down to 686 now, but still, that's $240 increase since the beginning of this year.
People are still paying that, buying it.
Kind of normal to have a drop off a little bit after you hit a high number like that. After you top out.
Usually it's
Normally,
it
a
kinda-
similar thing happens in the stock market too. If something tops out, normally,
Yeah.
people will sell off, which will drop the price a little bit.
that does appear to be the case. It usually rockets up and then dips back down, but usually it'll hover around a pretty good baseline off of that. So
Yeah.
It is surprising that it went back below 700, but still, that's pretty crazy. It's it's almost double what it was at the beginning of the year. And that means what I had in Bitcoin at the beginning of the year will be worth almost double what it was.
So $6 total for your Bitcoins?
Actually, at the current prices, I'm up around the $400 or $500 mark now.
Really?
I almost have a whole Bitcoin.
Well,
Mining for
yeah. So like, yeah, like almost a bit. Wow, it's impressive.
Yeah.
And
That's what I'm going for.
how long have you been mining totally?
7 months.
Okay. Still have to figure in the power bills to make sure that that was a profit, but yeah.
It's still the reason I like it is because it's not like I'm trying to make money off of it. I mean, obviously, if the price of Bitcoin goes up, I have the potential to make money off of it. But what I like about it is that you can pay your utility bill and pay for other things without it being tracked back to you, really. So I can mine Bitcoin, get Bitcoin, and then use Bitcoin to purchase other services like my VPN, and the VPS is what I'm planning to get next. Things like that.
Huh. Okay. Cool.
But that stuff can't be tracked back to me because I'm paying in Bitcoin, and nobody knows I have the Bitcoin unless they watch the show and hear me talk about me having Bitcoin.
Cool.
I thought so. But so Nick, you're talking about rebooting. My Chrome has been yelling at me to reboot for the past week now, and I've been feeling like I should reboot because I usually reboot my computer when Chrome wants to reboot. And I feel like I should reboot my computer, but then at the same time,
When does Chrome ever ask to reboot?
It
restart itself. Yeah. If you don't close out of Chrome, like if you just leave Chrome open all the time, the menu thing will change whenever they come out with an update. It'll say, hey, there's an update. You should probably restart Chrome.
Well, you have to restart Chrome. Restart, but not reboot the whole computer.
No, that's rebooting Chrome, though.
Oh, I misheard you. I thought you meant you needed to reboot your computer.
I usually reboot my computer when Chrome wants to reboot, just so I can.
Okay. I get what you're saying. I'm sorry. Yeah, I miss. Yeah, okay, that's cool. Yeah.
So I don't run into the situation like a lot of people where they install a piece of software and then reboot their computer and then blame that latest piece of software as the issue.
I'm just gonna say, Brantley, that searching Amazon for this is way better than some weird site I've never heard of that I have to log in to. It's like quantity of 12. What? Go away. what they're talking about. You know,
Yeah, that I don't know if
don't
that's
like Amazon. There's another one.
verifiable.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know about that one.
Are
Either.
those the same ones though? The maker
Yeah,
style?
Yeah, they got the same. I looked. They have the same like packaging stuff.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, it is nice that you can search Amazon and usually find the same thing that you're looking on other sites.
When I
for.
look at Amazon, it's not the first result if I just search for that, but it's the best seller promoted thing or something.
Mm-hmm.
But I actually Googled it, and it was like the first result. I mean, the first link for Amazon, showed that. Actually, no, I take that back. I Googled the part number. Oh, yeah.
That'll be much better.
Let's get that for you from that other site. Because it's actually not that store's part number, but the manufacturer SKU for the Mario Brother magnets.
Sweet. Now anybody
Find
that
your own
wants
best deal. Yeah.
that's actually a better route to do it because we have people all over the world. You can't order Amazon from America. And found out that you can't order
Gosh, the
Amazon.
one on Amazon's $15 and $5 shipping. It doesn't even have Prime, and the other site's like $10. So just Google it; you'll find something better. Yeah, this is important. Oh, they got Pac-Man. I wonder if they have Galaga.
That would be fun. That would be so tedious to reenact that. Hey, move it fine.
But he could be
Stop
there.
shooting. Let us finish lining up first, at least. Jeez.
That's funny. Can you be on the bottom of the fridge and I could just be standing up? Like,
Yeah.
slow down!
I'm thinking of like 6 people having to do that setup.
Awesome.
If you do end up having 6 people do that setup, please record that with the 7th person. Oh.
Yes.
Seeing if there's anything that's cool.
They don't have a Galaga magnet on that side. Why is that listed under home improvement in Amazon?
Super Mario Magnet Home Improvement.
Oh man, where are these? Alien Swarm. Alien, where is this? Where? Come on, Galaga. What is this? No. No. Apparently
While you look for that.
Apparently I'm going to have to get stickers and magnets. That's no fun.
Make your own magnet. Not bad.
Make your home cooler. Thanks, RTF.
It does make your home cooler. But your home has been pretty cool since it's had a Mario skateboard in it. So.
Oh yeah, I have a Mario skateboard mounted in the living room.
Yeah. Sometimes Nick will take it down and shred.
He's joking. It doesn't have any axles on it. Trucks. It's been so long. Trucks.
Hey, good job.
It's been so long. Yeah, it's been forever. I was their age when I was doing that. No, I just take the board out now to the beach and surf on it. It's crazy. Okay, I'm just kidding.
I was about to say that would really damage that board.
Mess up the paint.
Yeah. I would not recommend it with that board. Although the skimboarding idea is worth it, but not with that board. That's a custom. So, hey, do you like backpacking and sitting? Because now you can do both.
Yay!
So they have a backpack that unfolds into a chair. Now, if that is not something for events or gatherings, I don't know what is.
It looks uncomfy.
And not very sturdy.
Yeah. I'm not even sure where your butt goes.
I would say that would be for a thin person or someone of otherwise small stature.
Who can spread their legs really wide and is comfortable with that? No, maybe children. You know, maybe take off your sack and let the kids sit down or something.
Yeah. Don't say that.
Little children.
Even worse. Take off your sock and sit down, kids.
I'm not even understanding. I'm not even understanding the perversion you're saying there, but it's bad enough. Fine.
Oh boy. So so the weirdest thing I've ever seen driving so far is this town that we're in. It's the main road is 5 lanes, so 2 lanes on each side and 1 center lane, right? They have crossroads that cross it that are 4 lanes, so 2 lanes on each side. They have all-way stops on the intersections of these roads. So that's like a total of 9 lanes intersecting at an all-way stop. People freak out when there's 4 lanes intersecting at an all-way stop. I can't imagine traffic with 9 lanes of all-way stopping and people having to figure it out on their own. You just put up a stoplight. Jeez.
Follow the clock. Follow the clock. I think the weirdest one. I think I've been to a 5-way or something. It was a 3-way. I don't know, but some weird thing out near where Michael lives. But
well, I mean, and
what road is that, Michael?
Yeah, Michael, what road is that?
Nowhere.
This is still a 4-way stop because there's only 4 corners on it, but still 9 lanes worth of 4-way stopping. Like that, I would think even a roundabout would be better at that point.
Yeah. I just thought about it. People say that they're better roundabout. To me, it seems like it'd be a waste of gas because people are just too mean in traffic here to let you over. If roundabouts with multiple lanes, and you can't, because I see. I mean, 1 lane okay, fine, but the ones that I've seen,
with the 2 lanes, and then you have to
there's
figure out
2 or 3 lanes in a roundabout, and they're like, okay, no one would let me. No one's no.
Well, it's not they let you. It's if you're in the roundabout, technically you have the right of way.
Yeah, but
at that point, what really pisses people off is if you just go around that inner circle and just keep looping it, and they never know where you're going to come out. You're just like, oh, I can come out here. I can come out here.
But if there's a bunch of you in the roundabout and somebody's on the outer circle and they keep going around not letting you in, we're talking heavy traffic, right? And there's lots of cars just moving through, and no one's gonna let you in you just end up driving in a circle all day.
Well, that's when you stop. You stop completely, and then traffic backs up all the way into where you're actually in the traffic that you've started backing up. Americans can ruin a roundabout, I think.
We'll find a way to ruin it
until you give it to Americans to drive.
It might work for a superior culture and behind the wheel, but we'll find a way to ruin it. I tell you.
You need thousands of centuries of generational culture buildup.
I'll just take a traffic light, y'all.
I do highly prefer roundabouts after midnight. Though it is much
Well,
preferable to stoplight. At that point.
I prefer just going through the lights, but can't always
Yeah,
do that.
I feel like lights should all be flashing after a certain period
Yeah,
of time.
I know. It's like, why?
Do not know.
You know, you've got the major road. 9 times out of 10, that's the way it is. You got the major road, and you got the little road intersecting it, and just make that a flashing stop, and make the other thing a flashing caution yieldy
Yeah.
thing. And
The reason I've seen it probably is just more of continuous traffic control. So if you have the main street all yellow lights at night, then people are gonna drag strip that thing. So they have to throw in one or two stoplights every now and then just to be like,
well, I mean, if a cop's around to see you run the light, you know, then the cop's around to see you in competition for speed. That's a ticket, isn't it, Proctor?
Oh, that's not only a ticket, that's a misdemeanor.
First-hand experience, huh?
And I was not convicted.
Yeah.
But I was doing about 120.
I saw your face light up. You doing? Yep.
So speaking of having generations, oh yes, RTM Tech, we do need the remote control to turn lights green. Oh, all right, we'll do this one first, and then I want to come back to New Jersey and Oregon because I have a rant for them.
All right.
So, Proctor, I think you would like this. The theory behind why the Game of Thrones is still in the medieval ages, where in real life medieval ages like eventually fell apart to become modern society, but in Game of Thrones it's like they're in a perpetual medieval age, and they think it's because of the fact that they still have dragons. So I thought it was a good watch. You would probably like it as well.
Cool, thanks.
But let's go back to New Jersey and Oregon.
The water.
So, what?
Plumbing, probably. It's probably the plumbing, you know, like Rome, ancient Rome. The water, the
dragon?
plumbing, like the plumbing, you know, it like made them all go crazy, and with the lead or something, and I don't remember. I have to look it up. Gosh, y'all.
You know, they have had a bathroom scene on Game of Thrones, but I do not know how advanced their plumbing is. We'll have to research.
It like made them all weird and crazy and sickly and stuff. Some element
yeah.
pipes.
The Romans, I think, did use lead to start off with for their pipings.
I mean, I'd read something at one point that attributed the downfall of their empire to that, basically. But dragons could work too, I guess. No, maybe they're just, you know, dumb.
Yeah, I think the downfall
I've never
of
watched
the
the
Roman Empire is more related to the Senate and the craziness that they had going on in politics.
Because they went nuts drinking the water.
Yeah,
it was in the
very
after.
possible. Very possible there. Hence the name for lead on the periodic table, says Futures Tech Eric. Anyway, so listen to this. Do y'all know that New Jersey is a full station gas service only? So you can't pump your own gas in New Jersey?
Yeah,
It's been that way for a long time.
Yeah, it's been that way
Yeah,
forever.
but did you know also
Thank
Oregon
you.
does the
Like
same
PB.
thing?
No, I did not know
Did
that.
not know, but I've never been to Oregon, and I have been
Neither
to
have
Jersey.
Oregon
Been
does
to
the
New
same
Jersey many
thing.
times.
And I'm like, oh, that's interesting, Futures Tech Eric. PB is lead and
It's
plum bum is
bum.
platinum.
Yeah, I didn't know. Plum bum.
Yeah. I used to have a girlfriend in in New Jersey, and I remember that when I was visiting her. It was a shock to me because I don't think prior to that I had driven through New Jersey.
I thought you were gonna be like, I haven't had a full service gas station, but no, it's I haven't driven through New Jersey at all. It's a shock. But,
New Jersey and Oregon are the only two U.S. states that ban self-service gas.
yeah, and they did it back in the 1940s and 1950s with their legislative systems to stop it because they felt like gas owners or gas shop owners are the only ones that are responsible enough and should have the power to dispense gas since it's a dangerous thing.
But don't I hear like here, and I've heard this from gas station attendants that are convenience store workers that have gas pumps that if they someone drives off without paying, they're responsible for that. And I'm like, this is a long time ago, but I'm like, you can't be.
No, that is true. My ex Heather worked at a gas station, and that's how they run it. Is you're not allowed to turn that pump on unless you've identified the vehicle. You're not like you don't have to pay for it out of pocket if you got the license and plate info and vehicle description and description.
I'll say this: I have never seen a gas station attendant write my license number down before turning on the pump. In fact, it's one of those.
I was like,
usually not even a mirror anymore.
Well, some gas stations now have installed cameras that capture the license plate.
Well, almost all the gas stations I've been to require prepayment. Either
they're prepaid or you either got to prepay or use credit card.
A lot of them are going to prepay now, but
Wilco Hess, the one that she worked at, was a matter of pride that they do not force customers to prepay. That you can just go and start pumping the gas and then come in and pay.
Yeah, but we don't have any. I don't see any. That Wilco Hess closed up. I know. I don't know. I know the ghetto one did. Anyway, where the good biscuits were.
Yeah, but there's still a lot in Greenville and Wilmington, I think is where they're based.
But I have seen a lot of them on the route from Mid-State back here that used to be Wilco Hess and are not now. So I don't know what all the deal is, but I did miss that a little bit.
Michael, Futures Tech Eric wants to know what your girlfriend's name was in New Jersey. They might know him.
Really? Okay, I remember. Wait, where is that question? What's her name, Michael? Okay, I see. Yeah. Okay.
Before you answer this.
Well,
is this some secret to giving out my location or identity? I question.
Do you need to know? Do you need to? I don't like. All right, it was.
First name, Michael. Just give a first name.
That is interesting, RTM. Controlling 900 stations up the eastern seaboard from the help desk. Gas prices you can control.
Nice.
She was in the Navy.
Kim K. Kardashian?
Yes, it was Kim. I dated Kim Kardashian right after she got out of the Navy. Yeah.
I still don't understand how anybody knows who they are, but all right, let's move on.
Anyway,
OJ, man.
What part of the state?
How I know.
Cherry Hill, I believe. Cherry Hill.
I actually don't know what they look like. OJ. I would not recognize a Kardashian unless they had the big things on their forehead, like in Deep Space Nine.
A big K on their forehead?
Yeah, the big thing, the whatever,
Yeah,
the Kardashians. Always messes me up.
So anyway, though, on this self full serve pumping thing, it really aggravated me. Like, I thought my phrasing was a good app.
Well, that's interesting because I was thinking the other day. I was just thinking the other day, what in the hell happened to all the full service pumps? Because, you know, people used to get like tips and, you know, and they always charge extra, you know, by the gallon and stuff. But I remember full service pumps growing up, and they don't exist anymore here. I have not seen one
they
in
don't.
a long time.
It's
I've seen a couple signs that say that, and like what I remember a couple years ago, I found like a BP or something. It had a full service sign outside, and it had a mechanic garage kind of thing attached to it, and they were working. And I was like, all right. So I rolled up just to see what would happen, you know, and no one came.
No,
The price was
which-
the same as the one on the next pump. I think the sign was just a remnant, you know.
Yeah, I have seen full service. I haven't seen any recently, other than the ones that I went through in that state. But previously, when I'd seen full service, like you had to go in the lane closest to the door, and it was like one specific lane or pump only. So
Yeah, yeah. My dad used to own, and his dad before him owned a full service gas station and mechanic thing back when those used to exist.
yeah.
Um,
Well, and see if they have the mechanic side on it too, like that.
Mhm.
For some reason, feels like it makes more sense to me, and I'd be more comfortable with it.
yeah, it does. But I haven't figured out why the mechanics have separated from the gas station, or rather, the gas stations have separated from the mechanics, but and abandoned them for convenience. But I don't know.
I don't know, but I don't want my convenience stores to go away. So
I hate convenience stores. I cannot stand going to a gas station where you can go in and buy something else. It bothers me, honestly. I go to the self serve credit card pump. I have to go to a pump that takes automatic payment. I ain't going in a convenience store. I can't stand it. I used to hate it when I was a slave to smoking cigarettes, and now I am so free. It was like every once in a while. You know, I mean, I went into a convenience store like how many times a day, and every once in a while I would pull out like a drink or a pack of gum or something. But no, so I can't stand them because I don't need. I never need to go into one.
Well, I prefer to pay at the
It's
pump
worthless.
if I'm not, you know, I don't want to go inside unless I actually do want to purchase more items. But I don't have a problem with the convenience being available to me if I need it.
Well, that's okay, but throw a vending machine up, honestly, like they used to do. Because seriously,
I don't know.
What I
like
do
people
hate
who
is
get
when the
off-
thing is out of receipt paper and I can't get my receipt and I have to go in just to get my receipt. Now that makes me mad, and I'll go in there and tell them off.
well, they need to all implement the email if you really want to be like that. But gosh,
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Anyway,
Yeah.
well, they do that, some of them, but you know what bothers me is that they become these hangouts for kids that just sit around and look angry and blow smoke all over the place. It's like I don't like your
wow,
music
you're
in the parking
old
lot.
person.
You know, get off my lawn. You know,
What are you kids doing hanging out here? I don't know if I feel comfortable walking in your place, your establishment here.
you know. But I would much rather, while I'm getting gas, have my oil checked. You know,
Yeah.
and have my windows wiped down because my
Well,
windows
that-
are
yeah, that was
constantly
the nice
funky.
thing. They would always offer to wipe down the windows, and it seemed like they didn't ask for tips either. So
They
I thought that
didn't,
was-
but they could get them. You know, I mean, you could tip them,
Yeah.
but they wouldn't ask for tips.
Well, I mean, in the Oregon situation that I was in, they didn't appear to do.
But it, you know, if you're just paying an extra 20 cents a gallon or whatever it was, probably a lot more. But if you're just paying extra so many cents a gallon and then you're 50 cents a gallon or whatever, but I don't know. But I mean, if you get a guy who like he goes under your hood and gets more greasy, I mean, it's probably greasy already, but they go under your hood, but they actually take the time to not grease up your paint, you know, and they check all your fluids and do all that stuff like they used to do. I would throw a tip to some of these people in the heat, you know.
Yeah, I
I
would
mean,
too.
that takes time. I mean, because gas is done, and you're just like, well, how does it look on the windshield wiper? You think you can top that off?
So Future Tech Eric points out that he almost forgot, but some days he understands why New Jersey doesn't trust its residents to pump their own gas. because he's seen people become confused with self-checkout stations and reading road signs. So it's possible, but Oregon, I did not notice the same thing, so that's why it threw me off there, and it kind of upset me actually that I wasn't allowed to pump my own gas. It's like, come on now, this is my car. Actually, one of the states, a group of motorcyclists got together and sued the state so that they are allowed to pump their own gas into their own bikes. So you can do it on motorcycles, but you can't on your car still. So it doesn't make sense.
That's lame.
Yeah.
That's like really lame, actually, because yeah. I
Well, I
would
don't
feel
know,
like
like,
most motorcycles, you're going to have to stand there and hold the nozzle. Like you can't just like let it and walk off.
that,
You know,
well, and I'm thinking too
like a
that
lot of them.
the gas pump is like sitting right in front of you, so like
Yeah.
they're just going to be coming all up in your personal
Business.
space.
I don't know why I always feel like you can
Shove
knock
a
over a
nozzle
bike
there.
too. You know, like I always have that whole like a bunch of bikes at a gas station filling up themselves. I think of that scene in Pee Wee Herman's Big Adventure when he
Yeah.
knocks over all the
I
domino
I
bikes
think
and the
about
bike.
doing that every time I see a line of bikes, even just
Me too. but but really that would be less trustworthy to me than plugging it into an automobile like a full I don't know, that would hold the nozzle while you could light your cigarette or whatever you're doing at the gas pump. That's kind of sketchy. So
Yeah, Erica, I don't have an opinion one way or another on New Jersey, honestly. I do have an opinion on some New Jerseyans, like that I've had to deal with customer support
I don't
in
want my
another
factory.
job.
I'm sorry. I don't want my factory paint scratch. RTM.
um,
Bikers ain't got nothing on me.
but yeah, it was very upsetting to me that I couldn't pump my own gas. And back on the going into the convenience store, I'll actually pay for gas outside and then go into the convenience store to get stuff. Like I see them as two separate things. I prefer the gas to be automated and me be able to get that when I want, and then have the convenience store for convenience sake.
Yeah. And I know they make their money on the convenience, but they used to make their money on other things, and I don't know. People quit paying for it. I guess. I don't care. Well, you know, and no offense, but our generation is the generation that quit caring about our automobiles. Generally.
Yeah, that's true.
And I get that because my dad was a mechanic forever, and his favorite thing to do is wash and wax a car, you know, in his downtime, and so and detail the interior. So that's like I grew up with that mentality, but I still have our generations like I don't care about stuff, you know. I guess maybe that's what happened.
Not just cars. Let me just expand that to everything. I just we don't.
Why not? Why not? We ruined a lot, you know.
Yeah. We have come out with some great things, though. I mean, everyone loves Twitter, right?
In spite of ourselves.
Gosh, sorry, RTM Tech and Future Tech, Eric and Ian. I'm not very well at keeping up with chat this morning. Y'all are talking it up in there, though. Thanks for all that. We're trying to pick out stuff. And
apparently, New Jersey and the people right there from it think it's the, you know, it's the, what is it? So it's the greatest thing. It's the greatest state, and everyone should bow down. Is what Future Tech Eric said. And bow down and respect us. But he doesn't think that, but he knows people that do. And you know what? Honestly, I do too. And upstate New York also.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I dated a girl from upstate New York, so we. Not there's anything wrong with y'all, but it was her family anyway. That little Utica, if anyone knows Utica. Ithaca, I think, was in that movie. Which is
quite specific there.
One's east or west of the other.
Actually, the coolest hippie I have ever known was from upstate New York.
Really?
He was a New York hippie. Like that, for some reason, like that just is the most interesting combination to me. Where like he was fully hippie, but he was also fully New Yorker at the same time. So like this angry hippie style, and I don't know, but it worked out so well. He is a super cool dude.
Yeah. I know my friend from New York was always angry. Just
Yeah. Well, he's lived in North Carolina most of his life now, so he's definitely calmed down more, and he lives outside
That's
of
what happened
Boone,
to my friend from, was he from Long
the
Island?
hippie side.
And like he's lived in High Point, and it was like, you know, he's still mad and angry and stuff, but he has calmed down, I guess. He's been in the Southern life, but always misinterpreting things like acts of kindness or acts of just whatever. Always misinterpreting things the wrong way and
Are you
getting
talking
mad.
about an old bowling partner?
Perhaps. You know who I mean.
I think so.
Don't even no more info than that. If you know good for you, that's probably too much already. I think he was involved in being mean. Organized meanness.
Yeah, that was the nice thing about the New York hippie is he wasn't mean. He was just angry, angry at the world, at love in itself. Spread the love, damn it.
I guess that's how you can do it. Just spread the love.
Oh, all right. Well, we've reached our hour time mark, but now I'm really interested in where the bee's knees came from.
That's a good one. I need to get interested in brunch and then work.
Go ahead, Michael. What's your theory on the bee's knees?
Oh no, but there's lots of sayings that like I didn't have any idea where they came from, like the dog days of summer. I didn't realize that went back to ancient Greece. So there's some things that we still use today that are incredibly old, and we probably have no real clue as to how they were originally
Started.
yeah, how
You
they
know they
originally came
actually
about.
have people that like spend their entire working careers going through old documents and texts and trying to locate the origins of words.
Yeah, there's a name for those people. They're
Linguist.
Wordy people.
Did you say linguist, Tank?
I think that's them. I'm not
Well,
sure.
Maybe.
it could be linguists. There's also etymologists, but
That's the one. I think that's. Well,
The way I know that is because I watched a YouTube video on the origin of OK, which is actually quite an interesting origin story. They have really no idea why people say OK, but they have many theories on it. So
Okay.
yeah, exactly. So the bee's knees,
I still
meaning
use that one sometimes.
the height of excellence, became popular in the 1920s, along with the cat's whiskers, possibly from use in those radio crystal sets.
not
The
the
cat's
cat's
pajamas
pajamas.
was also another one, and
So we have the
similar
cat's
phrase
meow.
didn't endure. Or the eel's ankle. Eels don't have ankles. That's just sick.
But if they did, they'd probably be the envy of all other eels.
They would be. That would be true.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Futures Tech Eric, I think you should make a YouTube clip of you driving in New Jersey talking about your road rage stories. I actually think that would make a great
That
podcast.
would be so fun.
You should just
I'd watch it.
So like you're coming up with road rage stories as you're recounting road rage stories. I'm sure that would only add to your road rage at the time. So be careful if you do take this project on.
Maybe I'll set up the action cam on my next road trip, and I can do that just here in state. At how I create road rage for other people.
um,
I've
I
discovered
think it
that
was.
driving the speed limit is way cheaper, and you still
It
get
is.
there about the same time. You might miss a minute, but probably not because you didn't stop for gas on the way. You didn't have to.
Yeah, well, it depends on how far you're traveling, though.
Yeah,
People do
but
get upset when you drive the speed limit, though.
I know, man. And you know, even
Hey, as
five
long as you're
over,
not
even
doing it in the fast lane. As
yeah,
long as you're not doing
five
it
over
in the fast lane.
incites road rage here. But
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but it's, you know, so I've started going speed limit. It's
So
odd.
I am fine with you doing the speed limit. I have two issues: is if you do the speed limit in the fast lane, that's ridiculous.
Right. Yeah.
Or
You need to do a little
if you
more.
do the speed limit until a passing zone comes up, and then you speed the crap up, that pisses me off. Those two
Well,
things.
that depends.
Like,
Were you riding on my tail so close the whole time until that passing lane? You know, because like, but what I do actually is I cruise. I do cruise control, and you know, if you're gonna ride me like that and you're not getting off, I'll just bump it down a couple.
that's fine as
I'm
long
giving
as
you
it
the
stays that way
opportunity.
when we get to the passing lane.
I'm giving you the opportunity to pass.
Yeah, that's what I'm expecting, and that's what people
Even when
should
there's
do.
no
That's
passing lane, even when there's no passing lane, I want to give you plenty of opportunity.
that's fine.
Um,
I feel like that's still fine. As long as you either, if they're, and the big, oh man, the turnouts, like this pull off the side of the road things are not just there for emergencies. That's for you to get out of the way of other vehicles that actually can
mhm.
drive on the road that you cannot drive on. Oh, that kills me in the mountains, man.
Yeah, that's
Like,
mountains are where they really, because I actually do freak out on those mountain roads sometimes. You know, some of the windy guys, and
yeah,
you know, I'll pull off in a heartbeat. If somebody's going brrrr, going up, I'm like, all right, dude, you go on. Show me how it's done. You know,
that is what is expected of you.
yeah,
But
yeah.
if you
But that's on a
continue
mountain.
to
You
pass
know,
those,
anywhere
yeah.
else, just get away. Just deal with it.
Um, but if you continue like that, I will like that's the probably the worst road rage that I'll get is if people are on a mountain road going like 10 miles under the speed limit, not even like the regular speed limit, the stupid yellow posted speed limit
Yeah.
suggested signs. You don't even have
I
to really
actually
follow.
follow those mountains. It's the only place I will.
And that's fine as long as you use the turnout when I'm riding your butt because I go the speed limit. I'm fine with that. But that's the ones where to the point where I will start actually honking my horn and like holding my hand out the window. Move over.
Yeah. Well, see,
Get
what
out of the way.
the thing that upsets me is
Freaking
that if you
ridiculous.
see that you can't pass me and you see that I'm going slower than you want to be, then you have to comply. You
Yeah.
know, you have to comply. So why then do you choose to stress me by getting up on my tail? People do it because they think you're going to go faster. That it's an intimidation. I
Yeah.
refuse to be intimidated. That's my thing. I'm just to the point in my life where I refuse to be intimidated. And so that's why I will bump it down. But uh you know, why? Because I'm using cruise control. I might not even notice you intimidating me for a while. You
Yeah.
know, I don't even notice. I'm just daydreaming. No, because I got cruise on. You know, and you will not get me to bump my cruise up.
Good to note that Nick is just daydreaming while he's driving down the road.
I've got like I might as well have VR
That is
on headset.
not what cruise control is for.
You know.
Well, you can't
That
just
is
kick
not
back and take a
on
nap.
the.
That
Yeah.
doesn't mean autopilot.
No. What does that?
I
They did
thought
that
I had
in
the Google thing. Didn't I have the Google in my car? It's
Google in
not
the
doing
car.
that for me. Well, you know how you go to sleep sometimes, you know, driving. I mean, on a trip. I mean, like sometimes literally, but it's bad, but it happens. The hypnosis highway thing or whatever. But
I
you
experienced
can
it when
zone
I was
out,
on
and
the road.
you see what you're doing. You see the lines, and you can stay in there, but you're not paying attention to anything.
When I was on the road, especially after a piece of highway you've driven dozens and dozens of times, I've gotten across whole states before. It's like, huh? When did I get here?
Yeah, it's like, oh wow. I mean, I've lost maybe up to an hour on the road before, like, I was like, what? Where am I? Oh, I almost missed the turn.
Yeah.
That's not good. So Eric agrees that they will not be intimidated either, and that's why they slow down for tailgaters.
That's what I do, and that's right. I just will not be intimidated. Yeah, people love to do it because they think you're gonna speed up. Wrong.
I look in the mirror and think, sucks to be you.
Yeah. Actually, you're doing them a favor, anyway. But.
I used to get road rage to the point where I was like, man, you don't even know. I could just knock into your car right now and spin you the F out on this road. Like, I don't care about this piece of crap car that I got. You definitely care more about your little
if I think
crap.
somebody's gonna do that, I'll just slam on the brakes.
Yeah, but then even still, like, I'll sideswipe you when
I don't know. I think we're
Always
both
be wary of the cars that have a lot of dents in them.
Exactly.
And I guarantee you, the guy with the guy with the piece of shit behind you is not going to be upset with the dent in his car.
Good
but
point.
If there's more
you
duct
and your
tape than welds,
your expensive SUV, you're gonna
see, that's
have
the
to
thing.
worry about that is. And
That's
no,
just
it's
the
not.
thing.
It's his
When I
fault,
drove-
but the accident still occurred.
I think
That's just the
the
thing. When I drove a lesser car, you know, my previous truck of a 91 Ford Ranger with the original paint, you know, that I had until like 2010 or 2010. So that thing, if I still had that today, some people would be in a world of hurt, and you know, I would have even more dents on it. And I probably wouldn't even be alive, actually, or in jail or something. But maybe it's a good
after
thing.
this conversation, I think the next car I get will have a paint job of a destruction derby car styling. So like I'll have the numbers all scrunched and messed up, and the hood will be all dented and cracked, and windows will have glass spidering through them if I'm allowed to in the state that I'm in. Like I show up behind you on that, and I'm tailgating you. You're like, maybe I should rethink reverse road raging this person. All right. Well, we have wandered
Everybody's
on.
rebooting.
Place.
I like the therapeutic. I appreciate the therapeutic. It has been therapeutic.
It has been a nice talk about it.
We're all learning to get along. We're all different.
Yeah. That is funny though, Eric. When you get back to watch this later, that the system that you're watching the stream on updated and rebooted on you.
All right, so that's it. What are we doing?
Yeah,
are we done?
Talk out of my throat. So, so let's wrap her up. Thanks everyone for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow, Wednesday it is, right, at 2. And we are here to provide support for our software and services. And thanks everyone for joining us in the IRC chat and talking it all up there. It's awesome. That's exactly what we like to see. And we hope y'all will be back tomorrow. Take your us on out, Proctor.